am Ramyashi. Welcome to my channel Ramya Jyotish. Today in this video, I am gonna share some fascinating insights about the upcoming transit, that is Jupiter's transit to Gemini from May 14, 2025 to October 18, 2025. So this 5-month of quick transit of Jupiter in Gemini is the prime focus of this video, and the predictions would be mainly based on Medini Jyotish. So let's start to understand what is Gemini as a sign, what is planet Jupiter, and all other interesting facts which I am gonna share in this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel till now, please do subscribe, and also please like, share, and also comment in the section also if you have any suggestions for me. Okay. Next, let's now start with the Jupiter in Gemini. So firstly, to understand who is Jupiter. So from Vedic Jyotish point of view, so Jupiter or Guru is the Devta Guru Brihaspati. So one who is known for the knowledge and for the wisdom, and he is the actual preacher of Sanatan Dharma. So we represent Jupiter or Guru as the Sanatan Dharma in Vedic Jyotish, especially in the Medini part of it. And also he is one of the most benefic planet along with Venus, Shukra in the Vedic Jyotish. Okay, and this Jupiter's transit is now happening on 14th of May in Mithun Rashi, which is ruled by Mercury, that is Buddha. So what's the relation between Buddha and Guru also is a bit fascinating here. So this Buddha is not a biological son of Guru, but a son of Guru for sure. Because Jupiter, who is actually the preacher for Devtas, a preacher of Sanatan Dharma, and who is someone known for knowledge and wisdom, couldn't dedicate much time with his wife, and result of it was that Tara wanted to have a relation with Chandra, and the effect of that relation was the birth of Buddha. So when Buddha was born, even though he was the biological son of Chandra, it was requested to Devta Guru Brihaspati that he has to accept Buddha as his son, because Buddha was the kid who had Buddha was the princely kid who was smart and handsome and also known for intellectual capabilities. So that's why Guru had to accept Buddha as his own son, though he was not a biological son. So this is the relation between Guru and Buddha. So they share a cordial relation, and Guru forgave his wife, or for a moment he was okay to consider this fact and took Buddha into his care. But Buddha and Guru doesn't share a friendly nature to each other. They are kind of a cordial, and they are Sama planets to each other. So they are not even Shatrus kind, but they are kind of a Sama also. So Guru would be entering the Sama Rashi, and Mithun Rashi is not that good Rashi for him ideally, but because Guru gets exalted in Karkatak Rashi, Mithun Rashi becomes Uchchabilashi Kshetra for Guru. That is, when a planet gets exalted, it gets 100% strength. So that is the utmost amount of strength a planet can get. When it is in one Rashi behind the exaltation sign, it will be at 90 to 95% strength. So that's why the strength of the Jupiter will be at a very good very good level. So that's why even though Mithun Rashi ruled by Buddha is not a good Rashi to him because of the cordial relation which is having with Mercury, Buddha, he will definitely give good results here, because that's the place where he will be 90 to 95% in a very good strength. And also, depending upon the nakshatras he will be going through in Mithun Rashi, which plays a pivotal role in making the predictions. So from the Puranic point of view, now I mentioned who is Guru, who is Buddha, and what's the relation. So now coming to Mithun Rashi has a Rashi. Mithun Rashi is ruled by Buddha, which I have mentioned, and it is the Rashi which is known for networking, for social media, and also for any new kind of things to take place. So it's also the Rashi for entrepreneurship as well, because you need brains, you need Mercury's help to build something. And that's why Gemini or the Mithun Rashi, it's a collaborative house also, collaborative Rashi also. So this Jupiter transit to Gemini will definitely make a significant revolution worldwide, especially in the fields of technology, where artificial intelligence is already making a major amount of transformation in various sectors. now with this transition we can expect some more dramatic advancements as well. So the first field where I am expecting a greater amount of revolution is through the artificial intelligence. So especially in journalism, because Mercury or Buddha, who is Karaka for communication, because Buddha is known for excellent communication as well as for the intellectual capabilities. So fields like journalism, social media, this any banking sectors, educational institutions, financial sector, stock markets, all of these fields will face a greater amount of revolution and will reach to a very good stage also. It will set up a trend also in this year, especially in these 5 months of Jupiter transit in Gemini sign. So along with this, I wanted to mention on the Jupiter's transit in Mithun Rashi on the 3 nakshatras which are more important and which will give us the tiny details of what all we can expect during this time. So Jupiter's transit here will happen in 3 nakshatras, that is Mrigashira nakshatra, then Aridra nakshatra and then Punarvasu nakshatra. Here Punarvasu nakshatra is Jupiter's own nakshatra. So we can expect some big things also happening here, and Aridra nakshatra is Rahu's nakshatra and Mrigashira nakshatra is Mangal's nakshatra. So if we see from a much more analytical matter, because Mithun Rashi again it represents analytical skills also. Mrigashira nakshatra is also kind of a favorable nakshatra for Jupiter, because Mrigashira is ruled by Mangal and it is a friend of Guru, and Aridra, though ruled by Rahu, will always respect Guru and also is always full of questions. So that's why Jupiter's transit over the Rahu nakshatras has always been good. Whether it is Aridra, Swati, Shatavisha, they have always been good. And similarly, Jupiter's transit in its own nakshatra, that is Punarvasu, definitely has to be good. So that's why this transit of Guru, even though it is not in a, even though it is in a Buddha's Rashi with whom he doesn't share that good relation, a kind of a cordial one, will always and always has to give good results. So it has given in the past also, and we expect the same to happen during this time as well. And very importantly to mention, Mithun Rashi and also this transit of Jupiter in this Rashi, not just in terms of technology, not just in terms of journalism and social network, all I mentioned, it also will improve the field of Jyotish as well, which I am gonna mention in when the nakshatra transit when I discuss. But Jyotish also is somewhere related to both Guru and Buddha, because Guru is for the knowledge and wisdom and Buddha is for the intelligence or intellectual capabilities. So for anyone to become an astrologer or to even study astrology, you need the help and you need the support from both Guru and Buddha. And this is a Rashi which produces, or this is a Rashi which definitely will have higher influence in the chart of chartered accountants as well. So in terms of tax filing, in terms of CA related works also, we may see a greater amount of revolution and transformation as well. A lot can happen because of this transit in Mithun Rashi. So overall to say, this Mithun Rashi is a powerhouse of intelligence. It's a powerhouse of transformation. Because over the time we have seen, even when Shani Dev enters Mithun Rashi, a new world order will actually commence, and we can expect the same now as well. Because the last time when Shani transited to Mithun Rashi, that's when the IT sector had boomed and we had a great transformation in financial sectors, and social media also came when Shani came to Mithun Rashi. So now Shani is in Meen Rashi, so he is very few steps ahead or few steps behind to come there. So but let's see at that time. But now with Guru's transit there, it can definitely bring a sense of revolution, and we can analyze this quick month of 5-month transit of Guru in 3 phases. Why we need that? Because even though it's a 5-month transit, usually Guru will take 12 months to transit in one Rashi, but now because he has become Atichari, he will take just 5 months, and this kind of Atichari movement usually happens once in 12 years, because Jupiter takes around 12 years to complete one orbit around the Sun, but this time it is coming again within 5 years itself. So the last time when Guru was Atichari was in during the COVID, and now again after 4 or 5 years we are getting the same kind of a transit, the same kind of a motion of Jupiter. So what is this Atichari? Is the speeding up of the motion. So what happens here is that when Guru is going in the orbit around the sun, when he reaches to a point where he receives the complete sunlight or the excess of sunlight, then the planet will get more amount of energy. So when planet gets more amount of energy, because sunlight is the natural energy, when it gets more amount of energy, the planet will use that energy to speeden up its motion. So when planet speed up its motion, then it will cover maximum distance in a shorter amount of time period. And that's why during this time, that is for the next 6-7 years, we will see Guru transiting all the Rashis so swiftly, so quickly, we wouldn't have seen in the last 10-12 years. So this is the time period which is coming after a very lot of time. I mean, after a long years, I can say, because we never witnessed this kind of Atichari movement of Jupiter lasting for 6 to 7 years. So the 5 months transit of Mithun Rashi can make that revolution which I am mentioning within a blink of eye also. So this can be a big revolution time period, and this analysis, this transit can be analyzed in 3 phases. As I mentioned, it is based on the nakshatra transits. So when Guru enters Mithun Rashi, he will have Mrigashira Nakshatra's 3rd and 4th Charana, and next Aridra Nakshatra, then Punarvasu Nakshatra. So when Mrigashira Nakshatra 3rd, 4th Pada would be that one phase, and Aridra would be another phase, and Punarvasu would be the another phase. So let's analyze all these 3 phases one by one. So first let's take Mrigashira Nakshatra's transit. So when Jupiter enters Mrigashira Nakshatra 3rd Pada, because Mrigashira Nakshatra has the other 2 padas in Rishabh Rashi which Jupiter would have already traversed. So now he is entering to the 3rd pada which belongs to Mithun Rashi. So there will be slightly different, because Mrigashira 1st and 2nd pada will come in Rishabh Rashi, which is Shukra's Rashi. So the Shukra's Rashis are always the house of luxury, comforts, food and all other fixed components. But now it is coming to Mithun Rashi, which is Buddha's Rashi. So it shows up that intellectual capabilities and all the exploration, everything. So once Jupiter enters Mrigashira Nakshatra, first we have to analyze what is Mrigashira Nakshatra. So as the name says, Mriga and Shira, it is the head of the deer. So this head of the deer is usually associated with Mata Parvati also, because it's often said in many scriptures that Mata Parvati's nakshatra is Mrigashira Nakshatra, and this nakshatra is ruled by Mangal, Kuja as per Vedic Jyotish, and also the Adidevata of this nakshatra is Soma, that is Chandra. So moon, Mars is also coming into picture here. So when moon and Mars comes into picture, it brings in some amount of quest for the knowledge, some kind of exploration for the right facts, for the right knowledge, and also for some acceptable logical theories as well. Because Mars is the logic, Mars is the planet which will look for accuracy. So fact-based theories, and also which is proven or which is quite acceptable one. So people will start looking for this kind of knowledge, or will actually embark a kind of curiosity in people's mind also. So this Jupiter transit in Mrigashira Nakshatra, which is going to happen from 14th of May to June 13th. Okay, for only for the 1 month. This will actually embark an endless curiosity and also some quest for the knowledge, and there will be increased energy for exploration of accurate facts and also for the logical theories. And along with this, people may experience some kind of restlessness to quickly resolve some complex problems, because when there is a lot of eagerness or a lot of ambition to learn something new or to test and to explore something new, then definitely that brings in restlessness, because you have to dedicate a lot amount of time, and Mrigashira is Mangal's nakshatra, so it is like putting a lot of efforts, and you have to be very disciplined also in while making so. So this will definitely bring a very change in the mindset of the people, if I have to phrase it in a much better way. So there will be a change in the mindset of the people, and they will start looking for those areas which were unexplored or not much explored till now. So Jyotish is also one field. Now after COVID time, we have seen that everyone has started showing interest in Jyotish and want to learn Jyotish. So this interest actually can come to this field also. Because as I mentioned, Guru and Buddha both are very important for Jyotish kind of a field as well. Because Guru is knowledge and wisdom, Buddha is that intellectual capability to understand, to analyze, because astrology is all about analyzing the patterns, making observations and then arriving at the kind of a speculation which may not be 100% right, but definitely makes sense logically and scientifically. So this is also one field which may actually see a greater amount of revolution during this time. So apart from this, as I mentioned, educational institutions, banking, financial sector, all this also will get a great amount of boost. So we may see people will start showing interest to know about these fields as well during this time. So this is how the Mrigashira Nakshatra transit of Jupiter would be from May 14th to June 13th. So now going to the second phase. So in the second phase, what happens? Jupiter in Aridra Nakshatra. So Aridra Nakshatra only means teardrop or ashru. So that's a teardrop. So, and this is actually oftenly associated with Shiva. It is said that Shiva's nakshatra is Aridra Nakshatra, and with Rudra has its Adidevata. So Shiva only is the Adidevata of it, and this is ruled by Rahu. So Rahu is always full of questions when he meets Jupiter. So that's why Guru Rahu conjunction is known as Guru Chanda dosha. But actually, if we take it in the right meaning, Rahu has lot of questions. Rahu has needs a lot of analysis also and wants right answers for his questions. So Guru with such amount of knowledge and wisdom will be the right person to answer to Rahu, and that's why Rahu always does well when he is placed in Jupiter's Rashis, and when he is with Jupiter also in the right signs on the right bhavas, he will do well. So now with Jupiter coming to Rahu's nakshatra, because all the Rahu nakshatras are in Vayu Tattva Rashis, if we observe. Aridra, which is in Mithun Rashi, is a Vayu Tattva Rashi. Then Swati, which is in Tula Rashi, is a Vayu Tattva Rashi. And Shatabisha or Shatatara is in Kumbh Rashi, which is also Vayu Tattva Rashi. So when Jupiter transits to Rahu nakshatras, we actually have to expect something very big, because there is one quality which is pretty common between both Rahu and Jupiter, that is expansion. Rahu amplifies the things which is like expands it, and Jupiter also amplifies or expands or will broaden the perspectives of people as well. So during this time we may see a lot young professionals will upskill in AI and advanced technologies to advance their careers. So this would be kind of a significant revolution. We may have been already seeing it happening, but now there will be a major push or major transformation also. So many corporates, many organizations or all the government institutes also will push their employees to actually upskill themselves in the new age technologies so that they can improve and automate their process. So that is something gonna happen, and because of which the competition will intensify significantly, because Rahu loves that competition and Rahu likes to bring up that kind of competition, kind of the intense environment as well. So Guru there will actually bring that, and this time can be a very good one for who are talented and skilled individuals. So this time definitely will prove to be profitable for these individuals, and we will witness major amount of layoffs also this year during this time period. So when Guru is in Aridra Nakshatra from 13th of June till 13th of August, for the 2 months, we may see many companies or many organizations laying off people who are not much use for them because of the technological upgradation and for the automation of all this AI related stuff. So we may see major amount of layoffs also during this time. And this time period is when people will also look towards other set of areas of life and wants to improve it to the best possible. So this kind of awareness also people will get once Jupiter enters Aridra Nakshatra. So this transit of Aridra professionally also will give greater amount of results, and in personally also it will give greater amount of results. Next, let's go to the last phase, that is Jupiter's transits in its own nakshatra, Punarvasu nakshatra, which is from 13th of August to 14th of October, which is till the end. So the first 3 padas of Punarvasu nakshatra only is considered here, because Mithun Rashi will have only 3 padas of Punarvasu nakshatra. So, and the 4th pada would be in Karkataka Rashi. So that's an exaltation of Amsha for Guru, which is entirely a separate one. So in these first 3 padas of Punarvasu nakshatra, what can we expect? So Punarvasu, we know it's Sri Rama's nakshatra, and the Punarvasu's Adidevata is Aditi Mata. So she is the daughter of Daksha Prajapati. So, and Aditi is the mother of all the Adityas, Dwadasha Adityas, and also the mother of Surya as well, and wife of Rishi Kashyapa, and very much adorned or very much respected goddess kind of a individual. So this nakshatra transit will bring, will make talented and skilled individuals receive deserved recognition and rewards. So there would be many talented individuals who would be waiting for right amount of recognition for the good work they have been doing since years, and now this time period will make it happen also in reality. So the talented and skilled individuals will finally receive the deserved recognition and also the rewards or the remuneration for that. Then most of us will adapt to the new environment or world order created during the Jupiter's transit in Aridra Nakshatra. So whatever the new kind of world order came into existence in Aridra Nakshatra transit of Jupiter, this will be adapted, or this will be actually accepted in the whole world as well. And especially in terms of AI related stuffs, this could be a very good time period to adapt to a new environment. And also this would be the era which marks the renewal and also the expansion. So we may see many utilities of the advanced technologies and how well we can explore and apply this, and that will bring us major amount of results. So this time period also embarks the new era of renewal and as well as the expansion, and new methods of communication will emerge or existing ones will be upgraded. So that also is definitely gonna happen. So we had the old system of communication, so that also will be bit technology will improve that, and you may see. And when social media, as I mentioned, will develop drastically, will develop rapidly during this time, and there will be certain side effects of it. Even though there are certain side effects, but overall to say majorly social media network also would be in a very good demand as well. So social media influencers or someone who is very active in social media with a very good network, they have a high chance of building their net worth also. So this is the time period your network may become your net worth as well. And yeah, next, this was all about the 3 phases of transit of Jupiter in Gemini, Mithun Rashi. So now let's see what will be the impact of this Jupiter's transit in Mithun Rashi for our country Bharat as well. Because this Mithun Rashi becomes the second house for our Bharat, and that's why this transit can bring in major amount of revolutions also in terms of finances actually, because country's Lagna is Vrishab Lagna and Mithun Rashi becomes the second house. So second house is for the Ministry of Finance and it is the actual Dhanbag. So speaking from Yedini Jyotish point of view, and that's why it is very interesting to see, because in our country's Kundli, Mangal, Mars is in the second house in Mithun Rashi, and this transit will make it happen in such a way that it is Jupiter transiting over the Mars. So Guru coming over the Mars is what we can actually analyze. So at this stage what happens is that the fields such as I mentioned, astrology, scientific research and innovations, AI and machine learning, then automobile industries, especially electric vehicles, which we will see a surge in buyers actually. So many people will actually in India will try to or will actually prefer to buy electric vehicles. So we will see a great revolution in it, because Mangal, who is in Mithun Rashi, above whom Jupiter is transiting, represents electricity. So when we recite the mantra for Mangal, we say Dharani Garbha Sambhutam Vidyut Kanti Samaprabham Kumaram Shakti Hastancha Tam Mangalam Pranamamyaham. So this Vidyut Kanti Samaprabham, that means he is the Karaka for electricity, and Guru, when he comes, they definitely has to bring that revolution. So the second house transit of Jupiter will bring this amount of revolution. And also to mention from the military and defense aspects, because Mangal is not just for electricity, he is also for the army, military and defense also. So once once Guru comes to Mithun Rashi, where we have Mangal in our country's Kundli, so this will activate the double transit on Dhanur Rashi. So what is this double transit? So we have the two major big planets, Guru and Shani, Jupiter and Saturn. So Jupiter sitting there, Guru sitting there will aspect this Dhanur Rashi, which is his own Rashi, through its 7th aspect. And Shani, who is in 12th sign, that is my mean Rashi, will aspect Dhanur Rashi through its 10th aspect. So both Guru and Shani, which is aspecting this Rashi, and the Rashi which both Guru and Shani aspects, that Rashi will have the double transit effect. That is, the big two planets are actually focusing on this Rashi. So it has to have some revolution or some major changes or transformation with respect to its characteristics. So now from Medini Jyotish point of view, Dhanur Rashi represents battlefield. So Dhanur Rashi is a very important, and because it's an Agni Tattva Rashi, and because it is represents battlefield kind of aspects, we may mark a new era of the warfare for India. For next 5 months, we're gonna definitely witness some big war also to happen for India. And with India entering Mangal Dasha also from September 2025, about which I had made a short. If you have not watched, please do watch in my channel. Military conflicts will be conducted more and more amount of time, and every time it will be more of wisely and also in a tactful manner. So this we can definitely expect. And also in each and every wise and tactful manner of conducting the military warfare, we may see the utilization of advanced technologies in this defense matters, and also some kind of strategic approaches that are surprising and also unpredictable to enemies. So many kind of methods deployed by a country's army, navy or air force might be a bit very surprising and unpredictable also to the enemies and to the whole world as well. So this also we can expect during this time. So concluding, this whole transit of Jupiter in Mithun Rashi is definitely a very big revolution or a big transformational change which is gonna happen in this year. So it is only for the 5 months, but the impact would be very huge actually. So this is the shorter one, but the kind of profound effects it will have on technology, careers and geopolitics is literally amazing. That's what I can say. So stay tuned to Ramya Jyotish for more such updates in the Vedic Jyotish. And also, as we approach this astrological significance event, I would urge all my viewers to make the good use of it also during this time period. Upskill yourselves, build your careers and think upon it. So this is the age, this is the new era of entrepreneurship, this is the new era of thinking differently, out of box thinking. So all these things gonna emerge. So that's it. So if you have not liked the video till now, please do like, share the videos among your friends and family circle, and also subscribe to my channel. And yeah, if you find it really helpful, please do comment in the section as well. And if you have any feedback also, please drop me your suggestions, or you can even write to me at my email, which is given in the description of this video. So that's it for the day. Thank you and have a good day.